Setting up, guys. How we going? Thought I'd do a quick live today. We'll just check out some Bitcoin updates from last week. So I did a live stream about 4 days ago. I think it was on Friday. So I had a pretty hectic weekend. So I haven't been checking the charts that much over the weekend, guys. Wasn't really looking for much apart from the Ripple short that I was looking for, and I've got the Ripple short in play now. So what we're going to do is go over BTC price action first. As you can see, even on just the 4 hourly, obviously if we zoom out to our weekly, just going to chuck this link in the chat as well. Okay, so from a weekly perspective, guys, as we discussed, we've got an accelerating weekly candle as of last week. Okay, so we had a bit of a doji candle here, which is market indecision. So that's deceleration plus market indecision. So this kind of candle is really the market not really knowing what's going to happen at the moment. Now that whole week was basically market indecision. We've then moved down to the downside more with a bearish engulfing candle, and now we're into this current week. So from a weekly perspective, we're still very bearish on Bitcoin. Okay, if we go down to the daily chart, we're still obviously bearish on daily chart as well. Now, if we look back to our 50 EMA recently, before obviously this time frame, it's been rather well respected. Obviously, we've had bounces out of the 50, but we've formed this trend line. So bounces out of the 50, which is this green line here, have basically gone on to touch this this bearish trend line. Okay, and we've now, before we've broken to the downside further, we've basically respected the 50 EMA very well. A lot of people watching the 50 EMA. Okay, and we're obviously well away from the 50 EMA at the moment as well. So we've broken to the downside, we've continued accelerating to the downside. We're very bearish on the weekly time frame. We're still bearish on the daily time frame. What we're looking at now, we're going to be looking at around this level here, which is where we touched down 3200-ish. So if we turn off this auto scale. Okay, so next support, we're looking at 3K. There's a little bit of a one at 2.6K, and then we head down from there. So this area where we're at now is still pretty huge. Okay, if we zoom down to the 4 hourly, you can see that 50 EMA is very well respected at the moment. Now, as I was discussing a week and a half ago, what we've got to remember, guys, is all the shorts in play at the moment, they've all got their stop losses above these levels. Okay, so what happened here back on the end of November, we had a nice little double bottom form. We pushed back up to previous support, now turned resistance, and we formed a head and shoulders pattern. Now, what this failed to do, this failed really to push any higher and start to take out these short positions that would have had their stop losses in certain areas. So anyone shorting from obviously these parts of the market, they're going to be protecting their stop losses with above previous price action from wherever they've entered shorts, and failing to break above those levels and take out those short positions for liquidation wise is not going to cause an up move. Okay, so we still bearish. Now, from the 4 hourly, this has been very well respected through here. So what we need to do to break above this area is we need to get some good reversal patterns. At the moment, where our next we had a little double bottom down here at 3200-ish, but again, there's no real this is pretty weak support at the moment. We're still not oversold on our RSI, even on the 4 hourly, so we can still push down to this level again. We're not very far from it at the moment, but again, still on the sidelines with BTC. I'm not shorting, I'm not opening long positions on BTC, just watching BTC to see what happens. So again, pretty boring at the moment with BTC. not much happening. So I'm still eyeing off Ripple. So Ripple shorts. At the moment, discussed in the previous video, guys, if you haven't seen what I've been talking about with Ripple over the last couple of weeks, I've been waiting for this good setup. Now I've got an entry in short for Ripple. My stops are above 9,500, so my stops are way up here. My stops are way up here, okay. And this is kind of where I'm targeting Ripple for the first take profit levels, down around the 8K level, as you can see back here. Previous support and resistance levels. Okay, so that's a nice zone. Second target's down at this sort of 7K level. Again, nice support and resistance levels. And third target is ultimately back down pretty much where we took off early October. We can definitely get back down to here as far as Satoshi wise is concerned. Ripple's been down, you know, past 3,000 Satoshis multiple times over the last couple of years. So there's no reason why it can't definitely get back down there. For Ripple to move to the upside anymore, for me, we've definitely started to turn bearish since this, mid to late November sort of time. We've been making lower lows, lower highs over the last couple of weeks. So we obviously need to break and close below these areas, which we've started to do, and we're still forming lower highs. And just down here, we've been continually forming lower lows as well, apart from our last low, which was actually slightly higher low, but we're still forming lower highs. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks. This is obviously a longer term play for me, with price action to get back down to these levels. As far as its US dollar value is concerned, you know, it's only trading at like 30 cents, but I'm trading it short in a Satoshi fashion. So if Bitcoin either moves up or moves down, it's going to push this down further as well. So a little bit longer term play. Stops are obviously pretty safe. If this trade gets taken out and we start to go long again, obviously we're going to probably start to set new highs and new lows, and then we can look to trade, you know, won't be trading Ripple to the upside from there, obviously, because there's not much room for it to move as far as percentage growth. Like if Ripple's absolute previous highs at the moment are about 3 times where they are now, many other altcoins are in a much better position to be trading long if you can find the right setup, okay? Because many of the other altcoins are, you know, even in the top 20, top 50, many of them have a, you know, anywhere between 5 to 10 to 20 times to get back to their previous highs. So any questions, guys, in the chat, throw them up. Yeah, so Ripple, we were discussing the flipping in between BCH and like Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash SV. Now they've flipped back over, as we said. You know, I expect these to both kind of be on parity with each other. Whenever these are flipping, that's going to be, for me, that's going to be a good trading opportunity between these two to continue to kind of flip around and interact with each other. So we'll be watching now. Since BCH SV has pumped up, we're looking for this to come back down, and same thing with Bitcoin Cash. If we get a reversal from here, we may be able to trade this back up to, you know, at least this 0.04 area, possibly. What I'm expecting long term from these two guys is obviously parity in Satoshi value and even dollar value. So keep an eye on both of them, because if either one starts to stray too far from one another, you know, you've got opportunity there to long or short the opposite side. So that could be a pretty good play. If we have a look at the shorts, shorts had basically, this is BTC USD shorts. So shorts had basically approached their previous all-time highs, even gone over their previous all-time highs. Okay, we've obviously had a bit of a short position take profit thing happening. If we get a massive sell-off of the shorts taking profits and that sort of thing, we're going to get, that's what we're kind of watching for as far as Bitcoin price, to see when we're going to get our start of our major reversals happening. Okay, everyone's been talking about the short squeeze happening with BTC shorts. Obviously, with them being so massively high, other people are watching this as well. You know, they start to scale out, they start to take profits. That eases the market pressure. We start to get deceleration, and then we start to look for a reversal. But obviously, we're not trading the reversal as it turns out at the moment, because we're kind of in, you know, for me, we're in like no man land. I'm not going to be trading here because, you know, we're at like 13, 14 month lows here, and we haven't established where that low is. Okay, so we want to wait for confirmation. We want to see where the low happens. If we start making high highs, high lows, we can start to trade short-term longs again, maybe possibly back up to the 6K level. If we continue bearish, we're obviously going to hit lower targets such as the 3K and below. So what everyone should be aware of is what are you going to do yourself if Bitcoin continues to drop. Okay, so we've seen a lot of people discuss where they're going to have their buy entries. A lot of people discuss whether they're going to be selling assets to fund more Bitcoin, you know, that sort of thing. So just have your plan in place for whatever you're going to be doing, and you know, plan your trade and trade your plan, guys. So don't just change whatever you've already worked out. I myself, you know, if we get, you know, a lot of people calling 3K the bottom again. We don't know. 3K could be the bottom, 3K could not be the bottom. If we get anywhere down to like 1900, 1300, that for me, I've already said publicly, that for me is like a massive risk versus reward play for me to start selling off some assets to fund more Bitcoin. And I'm happy to take that risk myself. Obviously, it depends on your own risks versus your own potential reward as to what you're going to do in the, you know, come whatever level we hit. So that's kind of Bitcoin price action, Ripple price action, a little bit of Bitcoin Cash. Many altcoins at the moment are at extreme lows. So again, once we start to, you know, once the next bullish market takes off, things are going to really heat up. So guys, if you're not involved at the moment in learning about the market, get involved now, because this is the best time to learn. Even though it's boring as hell at the moment and there's not much hype, that's a good thing, because when the hype comes, if you're prepared, you'll be able to make some good gains during that period. You'll already know what to be doing, you'll already know what to look for, and you'll already see the signs before it happens, or as it plays out. So if you haven't started learning already, guys, my site, Startcrypto.online, again, post it up in the chat. There's a complete full beginner's course in there. You know, it shows you how to do absolutely everything you need to know when we get back into the beginner's course. At least the beginner's course at least sets you up for a bullish market period. Okay, once we start back into the bullish market period, you know exactly what to do to start making good gains in the bullish market. Okay, that's the beginner's course. It can obviously be used in a bearish market as well, but it's more suited to a complete bullish market. What I've also got on private forums on my site is now I'm going to be adding all of my charts, okay, into the forums. So the forums are a place for subscribers, or you can just purchase the forum area only for a once-off cost if you don't want to subscribe, if you don't care about subscribing. This keeps things nice and clean. It keeps it for people who actually want to be in, look at, look at discuss without having bots and spam and all the other crap that goes on. So yeah, jump on there, guys, if you want to get involved. And the beginner's course and these other parts of the courses are absolutely free. Obviously, advanced stuff and the live trading will eventually be moved over to subscribers only as well. So, is there any questions, guys, from chat? Any coins you want to look at? Any coins you want to go over? Anyone watching anything specifically? If there's no questions, guys, I'll probably call it there. Get it uploaded so everybody else can see, and for everyone to enjoy their Tuesday night. Cool. Alright, guys, call it there. Peace out. Have a good night. I'll do another live probably tomorrow or the next day. Keep everyone updated on what's happening. If you did enjoy, guys, obviously sign up to the website, subscribe to the YouTube, and you'll see when we go live next time. Take it easy. Have a good one.